Like usual, I've started recording without knowing what I'm going to say. So I'm just going to start talking. Some life advice. Some life advice to myself. Some life advice to myself that I've been thinking about is not rushing. And I mean that in sort of an immediate context, but also in a life context of like not feeling like I need to skip steps, feeling like I need to get to the next step, but really trying to enjoy this part of the journey. Of course, there's aspects of whatever part of the journey you're in that you wish were different. You want to change. You want to grow through. But that will always be the case. There will always be aspects of your life that you feel compelled to grow and to develop. And for myself, there are many ways that I have grown that I wanted very deeply, and at many points were, really central focus, and I have achieved them, and I'm very grateful for that. I'm wanting to find the peace in that, and let myself not be perfect. Let myself, miss opportunities, not respond to an email super quick, and someone gets a little upset, and it's good to be respectful, and I want to try to minimize that, but just to let it be a little bit, like just to let it be, because it's always going to be, but it's not always going to be like this, and we're not always going to be alive. And I think something about that is so central, about just breathing. Just breathing and just like being alive and finding the peace and the joy in this day, regardless of where you've been or where you're going. And maybe for some people, you need a little bit more of the where you've been and where you're going. But for me, I've been really, really focused on that a lot. And I want to stay focused, don't get me wrong. But I think finding that kind of ease and gratitude in the moment, in the day, actually, in the long run, may perhaps, unintuitively might actually help in that journey, help in the flow. I think in golf there's like a saying, I don't know, I'm not a very good golfer, but something like slow is smooth and smooth is fast. So it has to do with the intention and the sort of the guiding narrative you have in your mind about your relationship to living, and your relationship to skill development, and your relationship to organizing your action, and your relationship to consistency and persistence, and finding joy in today, and finding ease in today, finding release in today. That in the long run, that sense of ease, that sense of freedom, in fact can actually align your effort and your hard work and your energy that you put out. And you have to put out the energy. You have to be in action and in movement. But very often I think we do a lot of extra unnecessary effort Like we'll, instead of just going to wash the dishes, we'll think about how we have to wash the dishes, and we'll be sad about the fact that we have to wash the dishes. Or if we don't get to the dishes, we'll judge ourselves for not getting to the dishes. And all those things are unnecessary effort. We know that in our life we want to wash the dishes. So when we can, we go do it. And that's it. And we don't need anything other than that. And if we don't do it, we don't do it. And maybe they get a little stinky. And then when we have time, we go do it. And that's all there is to it. We don't need the extra. But the extra is so natural, and the scary thing about not having the extra is the fear that you're missing something. And sometimes I do miss things when I'm in that easy flow. And sometimes I miss things I wish I hadn't. And so I've been very vigilant of being up on all of it, being like, okay, I have to make sure this happens, make sure I do this, make sure I don't get respond to this person, that. And yeah, it's true. I will miss things, and maybe there'll be things there'll be things that I wish I didn't miss. But I think I will also get new things, and I think there'll be better things. Everybody has to find their own balance, but my life advice for myself today is find the ease. Find the ease.